Malakai, Age of the Solar Flare, Episode 3, The Awakened Path. The woods were alive, not with nature, but death. Trees whipped past as Malakai sprinted, lungs raw, fists glowing dimly in the thick, wet fog. Behind him, Jesse was screaming for help, blood trailing from his arm. Derek cursed through clenched teeth, dragging a young girl in his arms. One of the survivors. A child. She wasn't moving. Something growled. No. Many things. Grotesque shapes charged behind them. Jaws wide, limbs bent wrong, eyes hollow and blue. The horde was relentless. "We can't hold them off," Jesse shouted. "Just run," Malakai yelled, turning to strike one closing in. The girl stirred in Derek's arms, and then snapped at him. 3 days earlier, Des Moines stood like a photograph burned too long. The color leached, the sound stolen. Malakai stepped over the twisted remains of what used to be his porch. Nothing was left, not even bodies. His siblings, his mom, gone. No trace, not even a goodbye. The neighborhood felt hollow, like it was waiting to fall apart, but hadn't yet. Jesse stood behind him, trying to say something, but stopping. Derek placed a hand on Malakai's shoulder and said nothing. That night, they sat in silence. Then came the story. A flare-born named Kaia. A trainer, a guide, a chance at surviving what's coming. And just maybe, someone who could help them become stronger than their grief. Her forest wasn't marked on any map. No roads, no signs, just instinct and fear. The moment they crossed the edge of the pines, it felt like the rules of Earth were suspended. The air didn't taste right. Gravity felt thicker. Malakai's footsteps echoed strangely in his head. Jesse kicked a tree root absently. What kind of forest doesn't have any birds? Derek sniffed the air. No scent, not even soil. Malakai was silent. He felt something watching. Not one thing, everything. Kaia's domain wasn't just terrain, it was intelligence. And they had just stepped into its thoughts. For hours, they walked. They thought they were moving forward, until they passed the same crooked oak tree for the 4th time. Carved into its bark were initials. MJ Jesse, paled. My little sister carved that in her yard years ago. Derek punched the trunk. It didn't even shake. This place, it's mimicking memory. Malakai. She's not just bending space, she's using us. That's when they heard the first voice. Help, please. We're not Flareborn. Don't leave us. A group stumbled into view, dirty, panicked. Humans, survivors, clutching at one another, one limping, one crying. Real? They had no way to tell, but Malakai couldn't ignore them. 5 strangers, 1 child, 2 teens, a couple in their 40s, scared, desperate, human. Derek knelt down. Where did you come from? We've been running since the city fell, the woman gasped. They're everywhere. Jesse was skeptical. This might be a trick. Malakai shook his head. If it is, we deal with it. If it's not, we protect them. So they moved as a group, slower now, and louder. The survivors weren't quiet. One kept sobbing. Another moaned constantly. But leaving them behind wasn't an option. Not for Malakai. Not yet. The fog thickened, so thick that the sun vanished. Derek led the way, guiding the girl by hand. Then a scream, behind them. One of the teens fell, clutching his neck. Blood. Teeth marks. His eyes went blue. The change was fast. Brutal. He lunged. Derek tackled him down with a gravity punch, holding him still. "He's already gone," he shouted. "We can't just—" Jesse began. Malakai stepped forward, eyes glowing gold. One strike. One pulse. Silence. The other survivors screamed. The mother fell to her knees. "I'm sorry," Malakai whispered. "We have to keep moving." They kept moving, but the forest wasn't finished. More creatures emerged, not fast, but endless. And with every attack, more survivors fell. The woman tried to fight back. She was bitten. The child cried. Derek grabbed her, lifting her up. But the infected woman turned, right in front of Derek. "Don't make me," he said. She lunged. He did. And then there were 2 survivors left. "This isn't a test anymore," Jesse whispered. "It's a massacre," Derek growled. Malakai didn't respond. He couldn't. He was starting to doubt if they were even real. The screaming stopped. Only breathing now. Heavy. Panicked. Then the sound of dragging. They turned. Dozens of bodies emerged from the fog. Arms dragging. Eyes glowing. The girl in Derek's arms whispered, "Are you going to let me die too?" He froze. "Derek," Malakai shouted. "That's not real. That's not—" But the girl bit him. Hard. He cried out and dropped to one knee. Jesse caught him. Malakai blasted the girl away, gold light searing through the illusion. "They're not people anymore," he said through gritted teeth. The 3 of them stood back to back now. Creatures closing in. Jesse barely standing. Derek coughing blood. The final survivor screamed, turned mid-run. Derek reached for her, too late. Bitten, pulled down. Jesse screamed. Malakai fired, again and again, golden pulses ripping through bodies. But it wasn't enough. Derek fell. Jesse too. And Malakai turned and ran. The forest stretched forever. Branches tore at his arms. The ground pulled at his legs. Every step was harder. Malakai's chest heaved. His eyes burned. He wanted to turn back, but something inside pushed him forward. A memory. A promise. A scream he didn't want to hear again. He didn't know how long he ran, or if time even mattered anymore. Until, suddenly, silence. The fog broke. The air shimmered violet, and she stood beneath a glowing tree, radiant, unmoving. Kaia. Her beauty struck him like a punch. Not flashy, not loud. Ethereal. Her eyes were violet fire. Her skin, bronze-kissed by light. And her hair shimmered with every small motion, like strands of starlight. Even exhausted, bloodied, and shaking, Malakai felt his breath catch. She looked at him with something between calm and calculation. But something else, too. "You made it," she said softly. And even through the pain, Malakai couldn't help but feel drawn. He saw them. Jesse, Derek, lying nearby, breathing, pale, alive. Malakai blinked hard. "They're okay?" Kaia nodded. "Physically, but the pain was real. It always is." She stepped closer. Her presence was magnetic, steadying, unnerving. She didn't just radiate power, she was power. And somehow, Malakai didn't feel threatened by it. "They remember?" "They do." Malakai nodded, eyes wet. Even now he couldn't help but glance at her, her expression unreadable, but her gaze stayed on his, focused, curious, like she was wondering what he might become. Derek sat up first. His face was pale, quiet, changed. Then Derek, rubbing his arm where the illusionary bite had been. "That little girl," he said. "She cried when I dropped her." Malakai looked at them. "You remember?" Derek nodded. "Every second." Kaia turned to the tree behind her. The tree pulsed with light. Their auras flickered, green, black, and gold. "Now that you've died inside your mind," she said, "you can begin to live inside your power." And as she said it, Malakai felt her voice linger in him like a hum. Not just a teacher, something more. They didn't speak for a while. The horror was still there, behind their eyes. But something had shifted. They didn't feel weaker. They felt sharper, refined. "What was the point of all that?" Jesse asked. Kaia turned. "To show you the part of yourselves that breaks." "And then?" Derek asked. "And then make sure it doesn't again." Malakai met her eyes again, and this time he didn't look away. She smiled slightly, and for a moment, the pain in his chest lightened. Far beyond the forest, something stirred. Neos was watching, and the others were beginning to wake. But Kaia smiled. 2 months, that's what you have. Malakai stood up straight, burned, scarred, strong. "Then we start now." She nodded, not as a leader to her students, but something closer, a shared flame building between them. Pain isn't the enemy, it's the teacher. And Kaia's lesson wasn't survival, it was sacrifice. Thanks for watching Malakai, Age of the Solar Flare. Episode 3, The Awakened Path. Subscribe, stay tuned, and join us next time. Because Episode 4 isn't about illusions, it's about war.
Three shadows creeping where the moonlight breaks. Malakai leading, got the fire it takes. Jesse sharp-eyed, cuts clean through the mist. Derek throwing hands, demons cease to exist. Brothers in arms, we carve through the night. Flames in our hearts, we're the bringers of light. Demons tremble, can't escape the sound. Victory's the echo when we take them down. Fangs in the dark, they're howling for blood. We wade through the chaos, boots thick with the mud. Steel in our hands, no fear in the soul. Three warriors together, we devour the goal. It's Malakai's roar, it's Jesse's precision. Derek's raw power, pure demolition. No chains can bind, no curse can hold. We're writing the legend, it's stories retold. Claws slash air, but they never land. Derek's a wall, like a mountain he stands. Jesse strikes fast, they don't see it coming. Malakai's blaze leaves the wicked ones running. Brothers in arms, we carve through the night. Flames in our hearts, we're the bringers of light. Demons tremble, can't escape the sound. Victory's the echo when we take them down. Fangs in the dark, they're howling for blood. We wade through the chaos, boots thick with the mud. Steel in our hands, no fear in the soul. Three warriors together, we devour the goal. Fangs in the dark, they're howling for blood. We wade through the chaos, boots thick with the mud. Steel in our hands, no fear in the soul. Three warriors together, we devour the goal. It's Malakai. Jesse's precision, Derek's raw power, pure demolition. No chains can bind, no curse can hold. We're writing the legend in stories retold. Claws slash air, but they never land. Derek's a wall, like a mountain he stands. Jesse strikes fast, they don't see it coming. We're writing the legend in stories retold.